Hello guys, welcome to this new video. Today I have the 10,000 subscribers special video to show you guys at last. So first I want to start with just thanking everyone for the 10,000 subscribers again. It means so much, thank you. And to celebrate that, I decided to make a special 10,000 subscribers video, of course. So this video hasn't been done by me yet, and I think that it will be of great use to my viewers, because what I'm planning to do is giving you guys tricks and tips for both in-game character customization and art designs, to create characters, because I've been doing skin ideas for almost 5 years now, and I think that it would be pretty neat to also give you guys my tricks so that you can sometimes try to do your own designs, So with that in mind, let's start. Alright, so the first trick I have for you is a trick around colors. What I recommend you to start with, if you're not used to doing your own designs and being proud of them, is that choosing colors that are either opposite to each other on the color wheel or choosing colors that are close to each other on the color wheels. It won't often happen that opposite colors or colors close to each other won't look good. They usually always look good, which is why I recommend that. Of course, there are other combinations that look really good. They exist, it's just that it asks a bit more of color theory that you guys don't need to learn if you don't want to, but in the description I will be linking a video that will teach you all about color theories and what colors go well with each other, all that stuff. The YouTuber that explains it is a really good artist. I recommend checking it out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. But yeah, what I recommend for the colors, really simple tip: choosing colors that are either opposite to each other, so like, I don't know, there's purple and yellow, there's blue and orange, all that stuff. So choosing colors that are close to each other or opposite colors, like I just said. Another little quick trick is to also not use too many colors, because at some point the more colors you use, the more complex the design will be. It will be harder to replicate if you want people to draw your design, and also it might just not make it look as good as it could have if you would have used less colors. Of course, that doesn't apply to every designs, but yeah, a nice trick to keep in mind if you're starting on that kind of thing. The next tip I have for you guys is kind of color placement on the design, if you know what I mean. So what I suggest is, you know how there's the top colors, so around the back of a character, and the bottom color, which is more around the belly, the jaw, all that stuff. What I recommend is putting the dark color on the top and the light color below. It pretty much always looks good, while some designs that have dark colors on the bottom or light colors on the top also look good. It just doesn't fit with every design, and if you want to start character designing, I suggest starting with what looks good almost every time, which is dark color on the top and light color on the bottom. Another tip I have regarding color placement is about the markings or accents. So what I suggest is that unless there are small details such as spots or particles, the darker colors, being the color of the marking, will pretty much always look better than light color, being the color of that marking. What I mean by dark color is a darker color than the base color of the design, so the color that is the most present on the design. So something darker than that, and probably darker than all of the other small accents on the base, will look much better for bigger markings such as big spots or splotches, stripes, all that stuff. While some smaller details such as I said, tiny spots or particles will both look good with light and dark colors, so that's up to you and what you think fits best. Again, exceptions always exist in this kind of topic, but often looks better with dark colors. The next tip I'm going to give is about those so amazing fades. So as we probably all know, fades pretty much always look good, from dark to light, from light to dark, color to another, but also try not to abuse of them too much. A whole body fade can look really good, but tons of different fades can start getting pretty overwhelming, even more if there's something on top of these fades, just added markings or other kind of colors. A couple of fades can look good, but sometimes it's just better to have one or two small fades or a body fade and then markings on top when you can. Because, just a reminder, fades look better when they're not the only focus of the design. So it's best when there's something on top of a fade. It'll make the design look a bit less bland. If that's all that there is to a design, you know, just a fade, they will look a bit bland. So yeah, this was my tip on fades. They look good, but don't exaggerate them. My next tip is going to be about the eyes of a design. So for characters that actually have eyes that, you know, we can see, the colors of these eyes are pretty important. So when choosing a color for the eyes of a design, try to make it something that stands out from this design's colors or from the design's head color, if it's a very colorful design. An opposite color from the head's color or just the character's color in general will make the eyes really stand out, or just a color that you almost don't see on the design, or a color that only fits with, you know, some key parts of the design, such as accessories, all that. It will make your design even more appealing, because you probably noticed, but the eyes of the design are a very important part of it, because it's one of the first things you look at when you look at someone, you know, their face, their eyes. Going back onto tips for patterns and markings. So it's best when you don't have too many markings or patterns going on. For example, 1 or 2 patterns or markings will look much better than 7 of them, for example, just because there's too much going on, and the design is harder to read, harder to replicate, and sometimes it just becomes too chaotic. So I recommend only having from 1 to 2, maybe 3 if there's just like a small event such as particles or very small spots, but not going over that. Finally, the last tip I have for you guys is around accessories. So my suggestion is try not to have too many accessories on your characters. Only a few accessories that stand out and that represent your character well might make it more appealing than, you know, accessories all over the place. It will also make your character easier to draw if someone ever decides to draw them, and yeah, it also makes the character stand out with their accessories. This concludes the 7 design tips I thought about for you guys. I hope it's going to be useful to at least some of you, and if you make some creations, please do show me in, for example, my Discord server, which is in the description of this video. On Twitter, I have an account you can see linked on my YouTube page, all that stuff. I'll be really glad to see what you guys come up with the little tricks I gave you. All of the footage in this video are either by me, by some friends, by artists I talked to, but all agreed for their art to be here, and credits are given to each of them in the part of the video their creations were shown at. I also used some bases, so some line arts for some of the designs I showed in this video, which is what's credited in some of these parts of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching and for the amazing 10,000 subscribers, and I hope to see you guys on my next video soon. Bye!